Hello and welcome everybody to this week's episode of the Wrestling Lounge. I am your host, Bear, with my co-host, none other than cousin Rufus. Rufus, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing great on this Wednesday afternoon. Glad to be here.
Yeah, well, we're glad you're here too. So, guys, we got a lot of context to jump into here. I want to get right after it. There's a lot of things to talk about. Um, let's get right into it, Rufus. What are we going to start with tonight?
Well, I
Monday
suppose we
Night
could,
Raw.
yeah, we could probably start with Monday Night Raw. I don't know how many tuned in to Monday Night Raw, but uh, overall, I watched it. I'd give this week's episode of Raw about a 6.5. They, last week wasn't very good for me. I didn't rate it very good, but this week it was a little better. But again, I just not and the reason why I give it a 6.5 was the very beginning of Raw, the what you got to see that kicked it off. I loved the segment. I wish I could have seen more of it. That's your obviously the CM Punk and LA Knight right there.
Yeah.
So, I like that. So
Hey, I don't want a problem, but you interfere in my match on your own time. Let's dive right into this, man. I think absolutely probably the best promo almost on the card. Almost.
yeah, I'll agree. I mean that's what did it for me. I wanted to see more of that promo of those two. I mean, you got they both do really good on the mic. I mean, CM Punk's probably just a little bit less than what old Rock was, in my opinion. I think CM Punk does really fantastic on that mic. I wanted to see more on that. Uh, I did not. I thought it was too soon for Paul Heyman to come and interrupt that, but it is what it is.
So sticking with Knight, you got a great point, man. There's probably nobody better right now in the business on the mic than CM Punk, and it's the defiant rebel in CM Punk, man. And I've heard other places talk about this, and I want to elaborate a little bit from our point of view. I do agree. CM Punk is fantastic on the mic because he's raw, he's uncut, he's unfiltered, and he does make you believe. LA Knight is very esque, esque of The Rock, esque of Steve Austin. Um,
Which I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think he's
Not at
took
all.
some of that and made it his own. The problem I have with it, and that's what I told you today, was it seems like a lot of his stuff is forced. Like it just doesn't flow very
I
natural.
think that's the word I was kind of hoping you'd say or look for is the flow with it. Like
Yeah.
there's no flow. It's pause this, pause that. And I get it, and I'll agree with some other people that the pause allows for the yeah.
Oh, he has the crowd trained almost to
Correct.
do that, and so
So yeah, you brought up a great point. They didn't get a whole lot of content to go along with this because they got interrupted by Paul Heyman, and you know, Paul Heyman's probably, in my opinion, one of the greatest minds in this business. And if Paul's doing it, I'm watching it. And there's such a laundry list from Bam Bam Bigelow to, I mean, think about all the years. Bam Bam Bigelow being the first Paul Heyman guy, all the way to now Braun Breaker, a Paul Heyman guy. If he's doing it, I'm watching it because Paul is so intelligent and so wrestling minded. But that begs the point, man. Let's pull this up and don't laugh, but I want to know what your
well,
thoughts are.
I, I I thought that was a very good segment to kick Raw off,
Sure.
but it got even better.
Oh,
Yeah, and I laughed. I thought it was great. A lot of people didn't understand it. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, well,
let's
yeah,
pull it
go
up.
ahead and pull the clip." Oh,
Oh,
there it is. Some Steiner math right there, baby. And I don't know if anyone seen this, but again, I thought it was great. You're 40, you're 47. Together, you guys are 100 years old.
right. So 47, 40, 87 equates 100. He
And
must have been rounding up.
so a lot of people are saying, "Oh, well, what's this? This just if you get beat, then you're getting beat by an old guy." In my opinion, I think this was a promo of the Steiner math.
Correct.
Just throwing that out there. It wasn't nothing that he was going to get beat by some old guy. I mean, you got two great wrestlers right there in the ring. That I mean, CM Punk claims to be the best in the world, right?
And the
So
LA Knight's the megastar.
I mean, so if he can beat him or whatever, but I thought it was great. I loved the segment with Braun Breaker. So
There's not a whole lot to do with Braun Breaker that I don't enjoy. Excuse me. And I think that for a lot of people that may
you
not
got
be,
it in your beard.
oh, shoot.
Yeah.
I think for a lot of people that may not be from the era, Rick Steiner, which is Braun's dad, was a very, very good technical wrestler. When Scott separated out of the Steiner brothers and went on the solo run, Big Papa Pump, he was explosive, big, strong, and destructive. And I mean that in the best ways. Like he was huge, he was strong, he was explosive. I mean, go back and look at some of the promos he cut on Ric Flair or the Steiner math. I mean, there's so many shades of Scott Steiner and Braun Breaker. It's unreal, and I like it. I like what they're doing with it. I really do. I agree with you. It's great.
Hmm.
But Braun, if you ever see this, my friend, 40 and 47 equals 87. So you're about 13 shy. You're welcome. So, what you got?
Well, I think we definitely have to talk about the good old Dominic Americano match. If you caught that match, it was
Oh,
a pretty decent match. But again, you got to see Dom do the lie, cheat, steal thing, and
correct.
that was when old Americano
And
was trying to use the metal plate and
right, and I'm going to tell you something for everyone out there in the wrestling lounge world. I don't care who you are, who you listen to, what your brand is. I cannot figure out. Somebody tell me how that guy right there is Chad Gable. I don't see it. I can't figure it out either. I think
well,
it's a
we said I think it was last podcast. There's three of them now. So which
yeah.
one is Chad Gable, or is it even Chad
Well,
Gable?
I think that I'm gonna just keep this very basic.
Dom, if you see this, just tell us who it is.
Yeah,
You know who it is.
you know you're the greatest you're the greatest lucha libre in the world. Let us know. However, until the day comes that that mask is removed and you see Chad Gable underneath it, you can't prove it. That's all I'm going to say. And now with three of them, you definitely can't prove it. Sounds like a switcheroo to me, but whatever. Now, going back to what you were saying with the lie, cheat, and still, I think putting Dominic and nothing against Americano, but Dominic is a natural lucha wrestler. He's from a great family, from Rey Mysterio Sr., Rey Mysterio Jr. You saw him come out with his grandfather's mask. I love it. I love what he's doing with it. Um, AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, man, that is a great, great set of opponents to show off a skill set for Dominic, in my opinion. What I love is that you already know Americana uses the steel plate under the mask. And think of, if you're old enough to think of it, think of Chavo and Eddie. If Chavo was cheating to do something and it failed, Eddie was cognizant enough to pick it right up and execute. And that's exactly what we saw when Dominic put on Grandpa's mask, slid the plate in, boom, headbutted AJ, lights out, baby. I love it, Dom. I absolutely love what you do, man. Huge, huge fan. And I also like Wingstop, so I like your commercial.
You ever seen the reason why Dominic don't wear the mask all the time? You ever know why he don't do that?
Refresh my memory.
He says it's because he's the sexiest luchador there is, so you don't need to cover it up. So
There you go.
I,
Yeah,
I like the character. I like it. I wish they again. I hope they go more into the lie, cheat, steal thing. So
absolutely. I think it would. I think it's really, people are really going to start getting in tune with it. Long live Eddie. Eddie was a huge staple in my home. I was a big fan of Eddie. I said this on the last one we did. I hope they keep bringing it up because people are going to want to see what's next. And they're not booing him either. They did. They booed him where he couldn't even talk. But now they want to see what's coming next out of the sexiest luchador in the world. Okay, up
yeah,
next we got Io Sky and Roxanne Perez. I don't really have a whole lot for this match. I think it wasn't long ago Roxanne was NXT, and now she's made her way into the main roster. Io Sky is, in my opinion, her English isn't that great, but her performance speaks volumes. And again, like we covered last time, Rufus, I don't think enough credit's going to the women in the Divas
Oh
division.
yeah, I mean you talk about this women's division on that WWE has. It's just there's stacks and stacks of talent in that division. I
Head and
mean,
shoulders above so much.
yeah, and some of these women are putting on 10 times better matches than what the men are doing right now, in my
Oh,
opinion.
and speaking
So,
of the Divas, Rufus, I sent Tiffany Stratton a message today.
oh, you did.
I did.
What old Tiffy had to say?
Well, she didn't respond. I'm only allowed to send her one message because we're not friends. And Tiffany,
Tiffy, you're not friends with the bear.
it's
What?
time.
It's time to get on that level.
I sent her a nice message. I don't know that she'll ever see it. I just said, hey, we have a podcast that we're starting up. We're kind of just getting started. It's challenging but fun.
I hope she don't ghost you.
I hope not, because man, I'm telling you, I really love what she brings to the table, man, and I really do. She's such a talented diva, and she is in her rightful place. And I'm gonna piggyback off what you said the other
I
day.
did. I made a post and,
Yeah,
and I said future goat right there,
future
baby.
goat. I mean, I can't see a lot of these women, man. They really looked up to like a Natty Neidhart, a Trish Stratus, a Lita. I think right now Tiffany Stratton is at that level of them, and she's not even been in the game that long. That is what it means to me. It's not a crush. I really appreciate the skill set that she brings to the table and the mic skill. She's the total package, man. I mean, she is. Ludwig, if you was really in them DMs, you're an idiot. You heard it here first. I'm just going to say it to your face on the camera.
Nope, I'll agree. Women's division right now is by far doing. I think they're setting the standard high, especially for some of these women that, and I was going to discuss this later, but NXT women's division is so stacked too with great talent. That
Especially with all the ones that they've just brought over. I mean, they've
Yeah,
lost so many good ones, and they still have a depth chart, man.
and these women today are just setting the bar so high that how do you go to that next level? So, and in my opinion, I think you got John Cena on his way out, and we sit here and we talk about the men's division. Who's going to be the face of the company? Who's going to be the face of the company? In my opinion, I think you've got a women's division that in probably in the future that will be the face of your company is someone in that women's
Well,
division.
Rufus, they do say women outlive men.
Ooh.
So
So
yeah, so regardless, yes, I did send Tiffany a message today on TikTok. I heard she likes TikTok better, and I just gave her some accolades. I said it would be an honor if you would send us a follow, because we do talk about her on here, and we do love what she does. We're not anti any wrestler. We just have our own opinions on things, but we really have a lot of respect for the ring, the craft, the cadence, the whole 9 yards. Now, getting back into this match here, not a bad match. I think what's going to stand out to most people, Rufus, about this particular match is the reversal on the moonsault and Roxanne lifting her knees and clipping EO on the ankle slash foot. Did it hurt her? Is it going to affect her? She's a pretty tough girl. I will tell you that. Will she bounce back? Is she hurt? What are your thoughts?
nah, I don't think so. I
And
think
she's new.
yeah.
You're not performing in front of 2,500 people, man. You're performing in front of 12, 13, 16,000 and up. So are there going to be nerves? Yeah, mistakes happen. I don't like the B word, botch, because I don't want Chris Jericho to beat my ass if he ever sees me because he hates that word. So, and I don't want to make the list. But regardless, I will be honest, and I didn't want to go that far yet, but you brought up a good point talking about NXT. I had a little bit of a hard time after the Dominic Mysterio match of it keeping my attention locked in. And obviously we're very early guys, you and I. So
I did. I'll agree with that. I watched a little bit of this match, but I can't say I sit all the way through it.
Nope,
I
I
couldn't
can't
do it.
either. I can't.
And so
I'm hoping for a little bit more solid stability throughout the card. I really am. NXT, I feel like did a great job of keeping everything engaging and moving forward all at one time. Raw, I mean, my opinion, I'm biased as hell here, Rufus. You ain't beating Dominic Mysterio stuff. I'd tune in to watch that for a whole hour. I mean, I really would. And of course the LA Knight stuff. I'd like to see LA Knight not to fall back, but I'd like to see LA Knight get like we talked about a little bit more flow in what he's doing and make that transition a lot smoother for him. He's got the in-ring ability. He's got the look. He's got the mic skills. Just make it flow better, you know. Um, I think what do we have outside of that?
uh, the next one was kind of the Sami Zayn
Sami Zayn and
and
Rusev,
good old Rusev match there,
Machka, baby.
which again I wasn't. I'll be honest, I wasn't fully invested in this match. I wasn't.
Same,
I
same.
just I didn't get it. I
First
mean,
of all, what's the push?
well, if you go back to where Rusev and good old Sheamus was fighting, you know, if you go back and watch where they're fighting in the back room, Rusev is kind of punched Sami Zayn, so that's how
Okay.
that kind of set that how it kind of set this match up. But again, I wasn't fully invested in the match.
Yeah, but
It
still, what's the
it
big push for Sami Zayn? I mean,
I
Sami did this against Roman, right? Did everybody forget? Sami just, expending everything he's got to be this hero to lay on the crowd for the sympathy and the push and the I can do this, and it didn't happen. So now what? We're back to it again. And what'd you gain from this match? You didn't. You had Solo and the MFT come out and interfere in the match. And guess what? There was nothing between Sammy and I almost said Rufus. There was nothing between Sammy and Rusev at that point. You got good old Sheamus coming out of the crowd, and then Rusev and Sheamus fighting off into the sunset, brawling. I don't understand it because
it's
it's
almost
lost
like
its
they're
swag.
running out of ideas on what to
Correct.
do, in my opinion.
It's lost its touch.
Yeah. So and it,
I would have rather watched Sheamus and Drew McIntyre do this because they were all, everybody likes a good banger. They do.
yeah.
I love the aspect of Sheamus and how he loves to brawl, the Irishman, the beer drinker, I love it. But this ain't making much sense to me. And I'm not saying that I'm not being disrespectful to it. I'm just saying it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and it's hard to keep people engaged in this right now because of that. And then, of course, with Sami Zayn, as you know, SummerSlam, Sami Zayn defeats Karrion
Carrying across.
Cross. And this is kind of a big deal going
Oh
on
yeah,
right now.
this is all over the internet, all over the
Yeah, you
thing right
said
now.
something about he had
He did.
a
He
press release today.
so last week I mentioned that I think this is a work, and I still think there's a work in this. I'm just I'm going to be out there. I think this is still somehow, but he did come out today. And I don't know if anyone's called it, but I advise you to watch it. It's not horrible, but he says this is not a work. He received a contract last week, um, or his contract was up last week. He received a contract last week. He wanted to know how they come up with that offer. How did you guys come up with this? And WWE was not willing to disclose that information or share that information with him.
Do you mean like it sounded like maybe they lowballed him?
It didn't. He didn't actually come out and say how much or anything like that. So maybe they did. Maybe they come out and said, "Oh, hey, this is what we're going to offer you." He felt like it was a little low. I don't know. That's
Well, I would think that if it
if
was
you're
high, he
asking.
would have took it.
I think if you're asking how you come up with that, maybe it's not the number he was thinking, or maybe it wasn't what he was thinking. They didn't disclose that, wasn't going to disclose that. They gave him 24 hours to sign that contract, and then obviously it was going to be voided if he didn't. He says 24 hours. He went to him and said, "Hey, all I want to know is how you come up with this." And WWE didn't say nothing. wouldn't release it, rescind the offer from him, and that's kind of where they're at. They had an offer. He was asking, and I guess I see his point that if I'm going for a job and I would like to know, okay, how'd you come up with this? Or if they just said, oh, well, this is what we're going, well, how'd you come up with this? Or trying to negotiate. If you're
Well,
not willing to negotiate,
keep in mind, Rufus, these guys are paying for their own hotels, their own travel, their own bookings, their own stuff.
oh, I get it.
I can
I
understand.
understand you're going to try to get as much as you possibly can.
So
But if this is a work, we
we did, and
discussed this,
I'm going to get into that.
and so let's get into that. That's where they're at with the contract. As of
So
right now, there is no contract signed supposedly.
first things first, guys, make sure that you hit the email, send us what you think, send us your questions, send us your comments, send us your take on this stuff. That's WrestlingLounge25 at gmail.com.
Or we're on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram,
TikTok,
TikTok, and we
Facebook,
just set up a well, it's called
X.
X.
Yep.
I'm sorry, X account. So you can catch us over on there. Hit
Yeah.
your questions up.
Now listen, our primaries are TikTok and Instagram. YouTube is the platform to post the podcast. We have all access.
You got it
Excuse me.
on you again.
I did.
Golly.
It's rough. Anyway, send it out. We're having a lot of reaction from people as far as viewerships, friend requests. Almost did it again. But comment on the
You
content,
need some
guys.
Pepto Damn Bismol?
I need some Pepto, man.
Not a sponsor.
It could be. So I want to bend your mind. If you follow the TikTok, then you saw me touch on this earlier, but I want to take you down a rabbit hole here that I hope works. Okay, it's not a bad thing. I think it's good for business. So there's a couple of parts to this. It's going to take a second. Okay, follow me on this, guys.
Fantastic idea.
This, in my opinion, is a work, and I'm going to explain why. A couple reasons. Number one, Cross has the book tour going on. So he needs to be in person. He needs to have dates. That way he can sell, sell, sell. My question would be, does WWE have any stake in his book revenue? That'd be clue number one. Number two, and I'm going to touch on this one more time. And I'm going to keep touching on it because I can do what I want. Unreal has made this too freaking difficult. I don't care about press conferences. Yes, they're enjoyable. But you can't expect me to sit here and believe this when Unreal's lifted the curtain and showed us what they showed us. That's my 2 cents. That's why I said it would ruin stuff. Because now you're left in the kind of the ultimate guessing game with, I think this way, so yeah, it's probably going to go that way because Unreal. So here's something that happened. Is a little while back, Cross comes out after an event, essentially middle finger to the suit and tie, being
You're
Triple H.
kidding.
Nope. F the suit and tie. That's Triple H. Okay, so obviously, if any of us, natural humans, said that on social media, on TV about our boss would probably have a problem with us. Now, Paul Heyman comes out and says, Karrion Kross is I don't want to misquote this, but the gist of it was Karrion Kross is in a class coming up and is comparable to Stone Cold Steve Austin. Okay, so let's dissect that for just a moment, if you will. Stay with me. If you're classifying from the greatest mind, in my opinion, in wrestling, that this guy is rubbing up to a Stone Cold Steve Austin, this guy come out and said, F the suit and tie. This guy was set to lose some matches. This guy's got a contract going on. And then all of a sudden, it's all of a sudden not signed. Who's behind it? Triple H. Who created Karrion Kross? Or, I'm sorry, Killer Kross. NXT, that was Triple H. Okay? Everybody knows that Triple H is, I don't want to say deceptive. What's the word I'm looking for? I say it about you all the time. What's that word? Vindictive is a good word. He's vindictive. Okay, so I think it's a work. Here's an idea. This is just my 2 cents. I think Triple H needs to come out and address this and say, guys, it's not happening. He sucks, or we're not going that route. He can't hold a tune. He can't perform when the bell rings, et
Well,
cetera,
he
et
don't.
cetera.
All he's got to do is come out and just say, "Hey, I want to put the rumors to rest. Karrion Cross does not have a contract currently signed with WWE because we can't come to an agreement." And he could put him down a little bit.
Of course.
Don't rag the guy too much, but you could rub him a little bit, if you wanted
Well,
to.
think about as much as they're showing backstage now. Now, imagine this, if you will. Imagine a Monday Night Raw. Triple H comes out. He says what he says. He addresses this whole situation. The show goes on. Will the crowd chant for Karrion? I don't know. I've heard him do it. I've not heard him do it. His merch, according to him, blew up really big, and he wasn't told about it. Imagine at the end of the show if they put a camera to Gorilla. Triple H is getting back to his seat, and there's a Killer Cross mask sitting on his desk. Mind Games 101. Okay? Shades of Steve Austin, Vince McMahon. Shades of The Undertaker and his opponents. Set the tone, put the suspense in without saying a word. And then you could very easily Triple H, who did this shit, man? Who put this over here? Because I don't think it's funny at all. And really go with it. And then let's say you move forward from that, and if he's doing the book signings, and he's still under contract, and it's just a hush hush thing, book the book signings across from the venue. Because now you're really captivating. Oh, great. Karrion Cross he's over here signing a book, and we're over here going live. What kind of BS is going to happen tonight? And imagine, if you will, an angle where Triple H would come out after a show, cameras rolling on Triple H, everyone's saying goodbye. He gets in the limousine, Killer Cross with the mask sitting right in front of him.
What's his mask look like?
Oh, let me show you. Right there. Killer Cross with the mask sitting in front of Triple H. Your creation. You created me. You've tried to stifle me. Now I'm coming for you because I'm going to make you pay. Triple H, obviously everybody knows, has heart issues. You can't really wrestle. I wish you could, because I think this would be gold. Triple H says, what the hell's going on? Or, whatever. Bam. You see Cross start to jump across the inside of the limo. Camera's cut. Triple H shows up the next time. Battered, bruised, beat down, whatever. There's a huge story that could be told in this thing if played right that can make all parties satisfied. Talent, office, consumer. That's very simple. Who runs NXT, Rufus?
Well, I'm pretty sure doesn't WWE
Dig deeper.
run?
HBK.
Well, okay, okay, yeah.
All right.
I'm not a fan, so.
Who ran with HBK?
Well,
Triple H. You had DX.
yeah.
Now, can DX get in there and do it? No. They are.
Well, you got some good talent on NXT
You damn right.
that if they got someone they want to bring up, that could be someone that Triple H brings up as a bodyguard.
Correct.
Or something along that line.
Go back to Paul Heyman talking about this looking like Steve Austin, or comparing. So you have DX. Who wouldn't want to impress DX, and who would turn down a DX favor, right? You could play this thing so many ways. Don't bring Karrion in yet. Let Karrion play the Stone Cold mind games like he did on The Rock. Everybody remember the whole promo with the pager, when your pager goes off, it's going to say 316, that means your ass is mine. Rock's cutting a promo middle of the ring, the pager goes off, he looks at it, Austin's standing behind him. In retrospect, you could play this out where Karrion's not saying a whole lot, he's letting his actions speak for him. Let him show up in NXT. Let a promo be cut by their head guy over there. It's a good thing something like that didn't happen here. Boom, Karrion shows up at an NXT, comes over the guardrail, attacks somebody. Same thing at Raw. I'm just saying, this could be spun 100 ways, and there's so much meat on the bone with this thing that it could explode, and it could really push Karrion Kross and the brand tenfold, my opinion. What do you think?
I agree. I thought it was a great promo, great idea to push this guy. I think keeping him away with the book signing stuff like that, but I think adding that little stuff in there with the mask, the limo, and it doesn't have to necessarily always be Triple H. It could be other talent that he's attacking. That just builds that character and builds that gets the crowd behind him. So, but just a thought, just an idea that that
Absolutely.
we thought of and come up with. But I'm still going to stick with this isn't. I think that they will come up with a deal, or they probably already have. So
I think that if they brought R-Truth back with all that stuff, anything's possible. Anything. I mean, it is what it is, man.
so real quick, something I thought we'd touch on. I don't know if anyone's uh, heard anything or anything. Naomi, she seems to be out with.
And suddenly at that.
Correct. It was very sudden. So you got your champion there that seems to be out now. Uh, Again, this is just a rumor I heard today. It's nothing's ever been set in stone, so it's not. But rumor has it that she may be expecting. So
Well, you know what? Yeah, I mean that would obviously explain the sudden absence from a show, and
so you're
because
not
there are
gonna.
rumors that the belt might be vacated now.
Correct.
That would put a big stamp on why.
Correct. So again, you're not going to know anything until WWE releases what the reasoning behind her. Is it an injury? Did something happen? Is she expecting? So we'll keep you
Well,
posted on that moving forward.
yeah.
So
First of all, congratulations are in order if that would be the case to her and Big Jim. Um, Congratulations, 100%. I think it's Rufus and I are definitely parents, and it's a great blessing.
so
Number two,
did anyone catch
Rufus. Number two, man. Number two.
number two?
If
What?
that girl was going to be out because she's pregnant, Jimmy better figure out how to get back in the main event.
Oh, Jimmy ain't no main eventer.
Because she was making that champion money. You better call somebody. Go ahead.
Let's move on into NXT.
Oh, man.
So I don't know if anyone
What?
caught any episodes of this. I did watch a little bit of it. There was only really, I'll be honest. There was only one guy that I tuned in to see. I posted it out there that he would be there. So that was good old Mr. Joe Hendry. So I thought it was a decent match. He won the match. Um, I personally was waiting for an RKO. I was, but I didn't get to see it. So
Okay, listen. I want to try this for all intents and purposes, okay? I really do.
but I told you, I texted you when we was watching that.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe.
He didn't appear.
He must be busy.
Yeah.
We haven't got that big
That's
yet.
the other thing, Joe. I've sent you messages. You haven't followed us back, so that's disappointing.
Come on,
And
Joe.
I've so far
We believe.
two podcasts that we've done, and we've mentioned you twice, and I'm gonna quit doing it. Anyways,
And listen, 7-year-old little destroyer did your whole theme song, acoustics and all, in front of a whole gymnasium. Scared, nervous, terrified, pulled it off like a champ. I posted it on Instagram, tagged you in it, or tried to tag you in it. We love you, Joe. We love you, but we need some love back. Go ahead, Rufus.
well,
Hang on, I thought I heard something.
again, I thought that was a decent match. That's really what I wanted to tune in to watch. I'm a Joe Hendry fan. I'll say
Absolutely.
this again. I said it last week. I think he, no matter, and I text you during this match, and
RKO.
I said I want to see an RKO, but when he, no matter where he goes, if it's NXT, when he went to SummerSlam, or it wasn't SummerSlam,
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. the guy has the crowd. He has the crowd engaged, and I think everyone seems to like him.
Yeah,
So
and we're not quite there yet. Like, I don't want to go too far into this, but I did see an article today that I was talking to you about where Trick Williams says, "Oh yeah, he stole my spot." Listen, you said that the WrestleMania match was the best match on the card for you because of what it felt to you. I I got nothing for Trick Williams. What I mean by that is I don't know whether to believe it or not to believe it. I haven't. I guess it hasn't been shown enough to me yet. Joe Hendry has the look, he has the wrestling, and he has the freaking crowd. I would have rather seen Joe Hendry all day long,
all day.
all day. Give the guy a damn belt. What are we doing? And listen, as cousin Rufus would say, who's writing this shit?
Now, something else on NXT real quick. The I don't know if you called it that Nia Jax match. That was a pretty decent match.
Let's talk about the finish where she tried to pull Nia Jax into like a power bomb and it backfired into Nia Jax's finishing move.
That
Oh shit!
I like how you get your main roster from WWE is coming in to kind of help NXT a little bit, but
And TNA too.
yeah. So I do like that, but I loved you got to see Miss Green on there. I don't know if you caught that where she was going through with the
Oh
clipboard,
yeah,
with the women. You got to see kind of some of those women rosters right there. Again, I'll go back as I said before.
stacked.
They got a great talent that is going to eventually get to move up.
Yeah,
So
and
um,
I seen the gold standard was in line to meet Chelsea Green. She didn't get to, but it's Tyra May Still. She won season one LFG, so you can see her there. I'll tell you. Speaking of LFG, um, not a fan of one of the coaches. Won't say any names, but you see Tyra May Still is over in NXT. Cutler James, part of Dark State. I did not know that. I found that out last night. That's exciting because there was a lot of controversy with Cutler James and LFG walking out on BJ Ray, and not a fan of BJ Ray, not a fan of a certain coach, but I was a fan of Cutler James, and I think it's going to be great. And I got to tell you, I don't know what you got on this. I am very interested in seeing more of Obafemi,
yeah, I like that character. I
NXT
do.
champ. I think that guy most definitely has the look. He's got the feel. I think he's going to be a name that's going to maybe open some roadways. But like you said earlier, with the retirements going on, or the people leaving, or the injuries, who's going to carry on the men's division? You're going to have to peel this back a little bit, and you're going to have to look at NXT, and you're going to have to look at TNA. Can Joe Hendry carry it? Absolutely, my opinion. If you keep the vignettes of people saying his name and him appearing, there's a great chance it could happen. I mean, shit, I find myself saying it all the time. Now I got to hurry up and look in the cabinet. But one day, maybe I'll open the cabinet and he'll appear, and I'll be complete. But Obafemi, um, Trick Williams, can he do it? I mean, whoop that trick is only going to go so far, in my opinion. It just, it's nothing against him. It's just not captivating me in that type of way. Obafemi's like the big brute man that's going on. And I'll tell you, I do like Moose as well. Moose is a former NFL player. He's on the TNA brand, but regardless, I still like him. I mean, I like the big guys. I like the big guys that can move and do it. Um, NXT I thought was great. Yeah, Lash Legend about got her lashes blowed off when Nia Jax hit that move on her. Then
Uh,
you had Alba Fire, who was actually she was defending Chelsea Green's namesake. I mean, she was standing up for Chelsea Green in that match against Kendall Gray, and it didn't work out for old Kendall very well. And I think I'll agree. I'll piggyback off of one of the other podcasts. I don't remember which one it was listed. It may have been to do with Tommy Dreamer. I love Tommy Dreamer. I really, really like Tommy Dreamer. Anything Chelsea Green touches is gold. Anything. Even her TikTok videos of her singing to her dog, like they're great, man. She is primed for TV. She is in the place that she needs to be. But I wish her spot was a bit bigger. I
Yeah.
wish, like,
Well, and that, yeah, man, I mean, as I said, you've got some great women talent. They all can't have. You can't put them all. You don't have enough championships for all of them. So I think you utilize her the best you can, and that's putting her in front of that camera.
100%.
You know, you've got to put her in front of that camera to. And you're right. No matter what, whether it's on WWE, and now I got to see her on NXT. No matter what spot you put her in, whether it's face panting into a birthday cake, or I mean, she made that look great, or you put her in NXT. No matter what she does, if the camera's on her, she's gonna make it. She's gonna make gold out of it.
She does
So,
really, really good with it.
but
And with that, I look forward to seeing more of her around. You had Obafemi, Trick, Javon Evans, and Moose taking on Dark State. I got to be honest, I didn't get to watch that whole match. I dozed off. I was late. Nothing against them, nothing like
you
that.
gotta quit taking that melatonin.
I get it. 8-man tag. Um, Dark State picked up the win. And I think some of that came down to uh, Trick kind of rolled out um on his partner there, allowing Dark State to pick the win up. And I want to know more about Hank and Tank. Excuse me, NXT Tag Team Champions. Because they rolled in and all hell broke loose as they started attacking Dark State and really going at them. I want to see some more of what these guys are about. And also, I like the names Hank and Tank. That's like Bear and Rufus, just different twist. Other than that, you had Clonnie Jordan and Lola Vice against JC Jane and Fallon Henley. Um, it seems like JC Jane's got the big target on her back because she's the champ. And, you know, Jordan and Vice picked up the win. Rest is history. I think you're going to get yourself into a setup where one of the girls is going to end up going against her for the belt. And then that can go two ways. I mean, she's going to have to defend the TNA belt, and she's also going to have to defend the NXT belt. So she's going to be, she's going to be pulling double duty, man.
Well, you know what tonight is?
I do. And listen, guys, we all can have opinions and changes of heart. We can.
I'm going to tune in. I will tune in tonight.
Let's talk about AEW.
Yeah, well, let's talk about AEW. You know, last week I told you that I don't watch it that much because of some things that go on over there.
Yeah.
I'm not into some of that stuff. I prefer to, watch a good old fashioned wrestling match.
Oh, that'd be a good old slobber knocker, as old JR would say. Oh yeah.
I
Speaking
will
of which,
say though, for some reason, you mentioned it earlier, their ratings are keep going up.
yeah.
They're doing something right, I guess.
Whatever you're doing, Tony, it's working. Just cut down on the smut, please, because I want to watch the show, but I've got a young one at home, and I don't want to watch people biting people's crotch.
So, when it comes to AEW, I don't know as much, or don't follow near as much as I do with the WWE. Now, I heard, and you guys, any AEW fans out there, send me some information if you don't mind. I heard this guy named MJF is a big deal.
Well, you don't know MJF?
I don't know MJF.
Well, listen, not only can you see him on Happy Gilmore 2.
I was going to say, was he not in the movie?
Yeah, he was on Happy Gilmore 2.
So he's an actor.
Yes.
Oh.
But I think that was his first gig. I think he done some stuff when he was younger too. I don't want to misquote that. However, MJF was the face of AEW. He is a bad guy to the T. He gets the reaction. He gets the crowd. It is what it is.
Now,
but
he's going against this guy named Hangman Page.
correct.
Are these two heels? Or is Hangman a baby face?
No, Hangman Page he's not a heel per se. He did beat Moxley for the belt. So right now he's the guy carrying it. Bringing MJF into this whole fold is very interesting to me, and I do have a little bit of knowledge on AEW, just not a whole lot. I would say to the wrestling fan out there, tune into AEW because you're going to want to see the face-off between these two tonight. I don't think they're wrestling, but rumor has it they're going to be facing off together. And MJF with a microphone is always pretty entertaining. And what I was going to say, we were talking about the slobber knocker and JR. Everybody knows JR's got the barbecue sauce. Not a sponsor.
Could be.
Could be. Remember that, JR. And I love you too. All the way back to WCW days. Followed you the whole time. Now, moving forward from that, AEW is taking place in Cincinnati tonight at the Andrew J. Brady Music Center. And Moxley is set to appear. Hometown hero, hometown crowd, John Moxley is going to be taking on Kevin Knight. I wonder if he's related to L.A. Yeah. So, yeah, he's going to be taking on Kevin Knight, Moxley's hometown, Cincinnati native, Cincinnati hero.
Who do you got taking that match?
I'm going to have to go with Moxley. I mean, and here's the thing. Somebody's going to get their ass whooped. That's what I can. If John Moxley's coming out to fight, he's coming out to fight. That's just the way it is. What else we got?
Well, it also looks like we got a trio match.
It's going to be trios.
Yeah, we got Mercedes, and I can't say this lady's name. I don't speak Spanish.
Thekla?
Huh?
Thekla?
Well,
Mercedes Moné, Thekla, and Sky Blue?
Sky Blue. So,
and who are they going against?
Alexa, Queen.
That's,
Again, I don't speak Spanish. So
hey, Alex ain't Spanish.
No, the Queen Anita.
Yeah, Alex Windsor, Queen Amanetta,
and Willow
Nightingale.
Listen,
guys, show Rufus some love. It's all right.
I'm from backwoods of Tennessee, and I'm up here in this country ass place.
Get me out of this country ass.
But I think that'd probably be a decent little match. I don't know much I know Sky Blue, but the rest of them I don't. Again, I'm not an AEW follower. I'm going to tune in tonight. We're going to get involved with it, unless I see some lady, it's just, then I'll shut it off. So
Correct.
But I hope it keeps me entertained. Ratings have went up from my understanding. Whatever they're doing, they seem to be doing a decent job. Maybe they're capturing a different age bracket than what I'm in, but I don't know. We'll see. So,
what age bracket you in there?
That's none of your business.
Yeah. So obviously Mercedes Moné is Sasha Banks.
So before we end this segment, I do have one question for you, and just because I think you spent 30 minutes on the guy last week was Brock Lesnar. So he made his return, and we ain't seen nothing from him. Where's he at?
Well,
making all this big money, and he can't even show up to.
Well, you'll have to tune into Unreal Season 2 to figure out why he
Oh.
won't. Here's the thing.
So I know, you got SmackDown coming up Friday. Will he make his appearance there with it? I don't know, because that's John Cena's show, right? John Cena called him out. Will he show up? I don't think he will.
I don't either, because I think the Logan Paul thing is just coming on strong.
Yeah, so I don't know.
But, Rufus, I heard a rumor.
What's the rumor?
I heard a rumor. I don't know, man. I don't know if I should say it out loud on here.
Well, you got to be the first to let it out.
I heard a rumor that there is a PLE coming in Indianapolis in September.
I heard that too.
Rumor has it.
Don't. Does not AEW have a PLE in September too?
Yeah, and you know what?
What are we doing?
I think it's not. Okay, I don't think AEW is playing that game. Why is WWE? I can't answer that.
Because they want to get into the old Monday Night War situation.
Well, listen. You're working on it great with Dom, with a lot of cheating still to get the ratings. Great job. If you follow the carrying theory, like I said, way up. Get LA Knight to flow through the promo, way up. However, I heard a rumor that they're putting on a PLE. What was it? Bad Blood? Is that what we heard?
Bad Blood.
And it was going to be in Indianapolis.
Indianapolis, Indiana. Our hometown, baby.
Correct. And
maybe we'll go live.
Maybe.
I can't afford tickets. Too much.
It's not on ESPN yet.
But if you guys like sponsors, if there's any sponsors out there that would love sponsors to get us to go to Bad Blood, gladly.
So I heard in this rumor that John Cena would be facing Brock Lesnar
At Indianapolis?
at Indianapolis
I don't
at
believe
Bad
that.
Blood. Now, here's the
Dang.
kicker for this.
That's his last match, I'm telling you.
Is it right? I can't say yes. Business-wise, the beef
Oh,
between
well, yeah,
brands,
business-wise, that'd be great.
I can't see anybody tuning into AEW. No offense. I don't mean it that way. I take it from a guy who says, I don't like the whole Tony Storm thing, the whole smut deal, the nastiness that's going on. The last time Lesnar and Cena faced each other, Cena got taken to Suplex City via the Beast. Is this going to happen that way? And
Brock's
would you
a little
watch
bit older now.
Yeah, I know, right? But would you watch AEW if you had a chance to watch Brock Lesnar at a PLE versus John Cena? The Wrestling Lounge 25 at gmail.com or all socials, guys.
I would probably take the Brock Lesnar and Cena match.
I would have to agree. And it's nothing against AEW. It's just, man, that is... You want to put
That's a
asses
low
in
blow,
seats.
man, to do that. That's a low blow. I mean...
That's two dudes that's going to sell out a whole entire arena real quick. It's just, it's the way it is. And if it were me, and I'm just taking this on my own as it is, it'd be a late night. I would watch AEW, and then I would go back and watch the replay of Lesnar and Cena on Peacock or Netflix or wherever it's at. That's what you call the old Southern switcheroo there. Have your cake and eat it too.
So, do you on SmackDown? Let's just do some real quick future planning. Let's see if we can get this right.
Okay.
Who's going to open SmackDown? It's not released yet. Nothing's come out on the card. Well, there's a little bit of the card coming out, and from what I've seen of it, looked pretty boring.
I think that
who's going to open?
Now,
you left off with McIntyre. Golly, I bet that hurt. Claymore, Cody through that bottom part of that announcer table. So that's where we left off on SmackDown.
Yeah, but I don't think that's where it'll start. I think you got a greater chance of this thing starting out with.
You think McIntyre's going to come out and open the show, or you think Cody's going to come out and open the show?
Neither. I think the show opens with Logan Paul.
To bleed into more of the.
They're going to have to beef that up.
That's true. Okay, so.
But at the same time, I could
here.
also see Cena open the show, which I don't think so.
Well, he opened last week.
And I would love to see. I'd love to see Lesnar open that show. I really would. But it's not going to. I don't think it's going to happen.
Nope. I don't think you're going to see Lesnar.
I say it's going to be Logan Paul, but I definitely think you're going to see something on Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. And for the love of God, Cody has the belt. Can we please get Drew McIntyre the push that guy has been fighting for? Because he is good at it.
Yeah, he definitely deserves it. So, but that's all I've got for this week.
Yeah, I think that wraps it up for me as well. I don't really have anything else. Like I said, tonight you got, people will get a chance like you to see MJF get on that mic, be explosive. You will have Adam Copeland, by the way, which formerly known as Edge, will be wrestling against Stokely. Now, keep in mind, I know you don't have a lot of knowledge on this. FTR, one of
all these guys got abbreviations for names. MJF, FTR,
Well,
ABC.
that's Maxwell Jacob Friedman. That is what his name is. FTR was The Revival, TR. They left WWE. And to keep their namesake, they put F in front of it as Forever the Revival.
Okay.
But I will tell you something. And as far as tag team goes, the Revival is on the upper echelon of tag team wrestling. They are very good.
Well, I'm going to tune in. We'll see.
And Now I've heard a lot of rumors that Edge is trying to get Christian to join forces again, probably for some photo flash photography. But they have a restraining order against Adam Copeland. FTR has a restraining order, so he can't get within 200 feet of these guys. That surprises me that FTR would do something like that.
No, it's
But
according to Unreal, it's probably all fake.
it may be.
Yeah.
But Stokely, who's running with FTR, isn't covered by that. So tonight you're going to see Adam Copeland take on Stokely, and yeah, I think I'm with you here. I think I'm willing to give it a chance. I didn't see any smut stuff slated for tonight, so I think I'm going to take that opportunity to enjoy that show or try to enjoy that show and engage with that. And I think definitely tomorrow morning, as most mornings go, guys, you need to watch the socials, and we will post some videos throughout the day. We'll post some results and our take on some things.
Feel free to comment on them, guys.
Absolutely, hit the comments, guys. I'm
I'm
Bear.
I'm a son of a factory worker. I'm just an average guy. So
Oh, I'm a son of a farmer.
bullshit. You ain't farming nothing.
I ain't, but my daddy is a farm boy. Now, guys, seriously, thank you so much for your time. I hope you enjoyed the show. Again, I'm Bear. This is Cousin Rufus. And that's it for this week's edition of The Lounge. Thanks. Have a great night.